Alrighty, good morning, ceramics. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about getting carved patterns and carved designs into our clay. So one of the things that we do anytime we make an assignment that requires a design that's carved in it, or even something that requires texture or anything really, we make what we call a sketch. And a sketch is basically we take some clay and we make a flat pancake, obviously something thin and flat. And then what we do is we use this as kind of our sketch pad. So what I want to show you today is a couple tools that I can use to create some carved designs and carved patterns. We have a large loop tool here. This is going to have a big rounded edge as well as a pointed edge, so we can go in and carve the clay any way we'd like. We can use that big loop edge and make a design. We could do tons of different things with this. We have a small loop tool which has a squared side and a rounded side. Okay, this is really cool because what you could do is you could carve using the corner. So if I come in with this tool, I can carve with that corner and kind of make a design that way. So if you look here, that'll make some nice carvings. You could put those really close together to create a nice texture. You could also take the edge of this and press it into the clay and use that as a way to draw lines and to create designs that way. Okay. The fun thing about ceramics is like tools don't all have to be used for one thing. You could use various things. This is a needle tool. This is okay for drawing lines and drawing designs, but it can look a little hairy at times. Some people like to go in and just do like stuff like this. And to me, that just kind of looks childish here, right? So you could use it to draw some really nice lines as you see on this side. The other tool I have here is kind of like we talked about this a little bit, a tongue suppressor. This is actually really good for smoothing out stuff and getting rid of design. So if you wanted to, smooth out a spot where you didn't get a design that you really liked, you could smooth that out. The other thing is we have almost like a knifed edge here. You could use this to draw lines. This looks a little bit neater than the needle tool. Okay. You could even use this to kind of press into the clay and create almost like a dotted pattern. Kind of looks kind of cool. One of the other things that I always try to show students is that you don't need to always just use ceramics tools. Okay? You can also use different materials such as a pen. So what I have here is I have a pen, and what I can do is I could take this pen and I can press that into the clay and maybe wiggle that around. Get like a really cool dotted effect. If you click the pen out so that you can even take the tip of the pen off. And you can use this for certain things. You can use the wider end to create kind of a halo. You can use the pointed end, press and rotate to create this kind of raised design. So clay has so many different options and so many different things that you can use to create different textures and patterns. Obviously, the options are endless. It's about experimenting. It's about taking new things, trying new things, and seeing what works. Okay? And again, always experimenting. And sometimes you're going to try it and erase it by smoothing it out because you might not like it. Sometimes you might need to grab a new piece of clay and use that and just restart and see how it looks. Okay? But always experiment on this first and get it right before you go in and do it on your piece. Okay? So obviously you can go ahead and start trying patterns and getting some cool designs and be open to anything. Try new tools, look around the house, see what you can find, see what kind of a market makes, right? And be a little bit experimental with this. All right? So that's how we do that. Have some fun, and we'll see you soon.